All right, hello and welcome everybody to another stream. I'm your SimCFI, and if you've been following the stream lately, you'll notice that I'm pretty much in love with this airplane. I've been flying this for the last couple days. The last few streams have been with the INS, and this stream is going to be with the more modernized FMS. And we'll be taking this airplane from, I don't even know the names of these places. Stand by. I can tell you what the name is. So from St. Kitts to Camana in Venezuela. I am going to butcher all names of things and the call sign, which is Aerosucre, I think. We're going to be Aerosucre 1329, and we're going to try to do that. So anyways, I thank you guys for stopping in, and if you want to fly along, be sure to fly along as well if you want to. Jeff Fighter says, I was trying to fly this plane, but GSX not working. Yeah, it works just fine for me. You can see it moving in the background there. I would recommend restarting GSX. Sorry, updating GSX, and if that doesn't work, just maybe uninstall, reinstall, and see if it works. Mine works just fine as long as you have, and I'll show you later, but the little clipboard, you can enable or disable GSX to auto do everything for you. So it should work for you. There also is an update that came out to the freighter and passenger variant today. So maybe try updating the airplane as well. Anyways, I thank you guys for stopping in. We're gonna be going. It's a pretty short flight. It's about probably an hour and 10 in the air. As well, if you guys want to buy the 727 or any of these sceneries, you can go down in the description down below on the Contrail web shop, and you can purchase through the Contrail web shop and save some money, 10% off with my discount code. That helps me out as well if you use that code. So appreciate you guys all stopping in, and we're also trying to gun for 6,000 subscribers. We are 8 subscribers away from 6,000. So hopefully today, actually now we're 5 subscribers away. So hopefully we can get that today. Let me put up the subscriber count so you guys can see that as well, and I'll get that running for you guys in the background here. And hopefully this will get working. And once this is all set up, we're going to get all set up in our airplane as well. There we go. And I will just kind of, oh, I guess it's not going to work for us today. That's okay. We're going to delete it. And you guys know what the count is. So we're just 5 more subs to 6,000. And I'll put that for myself in the corner. All right, well, without further ado, let's start getting set up for this departure out of wherever we are. I forgot the name again. We are going to do this flight on VATSIM as well, although there's nobody here, but we are going to do it on VATSIM as well. So let's go ahead and hop in the flight deck here. And I think GSX already loaded me, which is kind of crazy. Maybe they didn't. Press that. Let's press. So GSX is enabled. I'm going to press play, and I'm going to press play. And so it should have GSX all come and do everything. And if it doesn't, then I'll just press these buttons here to make it do it fast. Couldn't really hear what she said. But anyways, we'll just do it without GSX. Done. Done. There we go. So now we're loaded with our weight and our fuel. This airplane is cold and dark, as we said. Our last 2 streams with the INS. So this stream, the third one is going to be with the FMS style, the more modern style, which means we can do RNAV departures as well, RNAV GPS departures. And this airplane is also a 3-man career plane, if you don't know. So it requires 3 people. I'm obviously going to be all by myself. So we'll go ahead and turn the battery on, and we'll go ahead and turn the external power on. Battery has a minimum of 22 volts, which is going well. And it looks like all our voltages are good there as window shade. Right. There we go. All right, and they just closed up all the doors there. The fueler has arrived on the right side, so while we're fueling, we cannot APU. We're going to go ahead to the right-hand side of the APU panel, though. We will test it for a fire test. Okay, and we're going to reset, so it can be started again. Down here at the hydraulics, we're going to turn the 1B on. Oh, didn't mean to do that. There we go. And 1B, you can see that we're pressurizing at 3000 psi. We'll turn hydraulic 2B on and 1B off. And we need to leave one pump on, but I'm testing both pumps to make sure they can maintain pressure at 3000. So those are looking okay. Fuel tanks, we'll get to a second. Actually, what we can do is we can turn one pump on from each tank. That's fine. It looks like we've already actually been fueled, but the fueler is outside, so that's okay. What else should I do here? We can do a wing anti-ice test on that and the ground reset on that as well. Push test the main cargo smoke. That all works. And in our fuel dump panel, you would verify that all these lights are working, which they can't because I can see a giant blue thing over it when I hover over it, and then all our tanks are set to close. That is all set as well. So let's run a quick checklist here for the engineer in the before start section. Battery is on, fuel quantity has been checked. Our boost pumps one on each tank. Crossfeed valves number 2 open above 172,000 pounds of fuel. We don't have that much on today. We're only going to have 26,000 pounds of fuel, so we don't need the crossfeed on. Hey, Floco, welcome. Architecture time, don't overrun. Yeah, we'll try. B pumps are checked and been on. Hydraulic and engine oil quantity. So the quantity is our 4 gallons there at system A. The hydraulic quantity here is also, it says pretty close to full. Like it just says like a gas. It's full. 7 actual number, and the hydraulic quantity down there as well. It's kind of funny. Oil quantities up here are all past the 3s, so we're all looking good on that as well. Not that I know actually the limitation, but it's good. Bleed valves are open. That's all these 3 down here. EPU panel has been checked. Circuit breakers are checked. ACARs we don't have, so we're good on that. Fire control has been checked. Fuel dump panel has been checked. The flight recorder is up here. You would put in your call sign. I don't think it actually works, but you put in like 13. Like it doesn't actually matter if you put it in or not. 29. And the date, it says 22nd today, right? 23rd? 23rd, I think, actually. 23rd. There we go. We'll say the oxygen check. Air conditioning panel has been set. Galley power. We can turn 1 galley power on. We don't really need much of it because we are cargo. There's no one really in the galley anyways. Electric power has been checked and set. Anti-ice auto trip check. I had found that right here. Yep, auto trip has been checked. We did that already. Overheat warning. Don't know where that is. DC power has been established. A pumps have been checked and on. Rudder power check and on. The rudder power, I still don't know where that is. I have never found the rudder power. There's the engine oil quantity test I think they actually want me to do. So if you guys know and can help me out where the rudder power is on this panel, that would be mostly appreciated. I would assume it's somewhere either in the middle, somewhere randomly, or somewhere down in the hydraulic section. Fluid, hydraulic, low pressure. GSX is saying something. I'm just going to restart them because they're kind of useless right now. And go away. Let's go back here and turn our radios on. On. I'm going to go get this flight plan as well, the OFP, and I'm just going to send it over to the dash over there for later. Ground interconnect is closed and checked. That one is... I saw that one. Here, right here. It's closed. Oil cooler, normal. It was. And oxygen mask and regulator has been checked, and that's fine, yeah. All right, let's go over to the flight deck, or the front part of it here. And... let's go ahead and set up our FMS before we do anything up here. What I am going to do is arm the emergency lights. We'll go ahead and throw the smoking and seatbelts on at this time. That's fine. And we'll come back to all that kind of stuff later on. Actually, we'll do that test once it's on. All right, so we'll go down here. This is the FMS, which I don't know if you guys have seen before. Well, you have in other planes, I'm sure. But the FMS, you can either use the FMS, you can use a Garmin 530, or you can use the old style classic INS, which we did INS in the last two, so we're going to use the FMS in this one. So we're going to press the on button. And this does have SimBrief integration, guys, so you can make this a pretty modern jet with the SimBrief integration. So it's just going to run through its self-test there. While it's doing that, let's go ahead and bug our standby artificial horizon. I really appreciate you guys all stopping in. And if you guys don't know as well, I fly the RJ real world, so if you have questions on the CRJ or flight training in real life as well, please feel free to ask questions. We're going to press B for our altimeter setting, and that's going to set it up for us automatically. All right, so now it's loaded in. That's our IDA into the airport. We'll press enter. This is the route that it's detected from SimBrief. We'll select this one and press enter. Okay, we'll press select, enter. We're going to depart. Let's see what we've got here. They want us on the Kerpter 1. I haven't found a way to scroll on this flight plan, so if you guys know why I can't scroll on this, do be sure to let me know. I'll have to check my own OFP here. We're planning for a runway 07 takeoff, so we'll press 07, enter. And the Kerper 1. The transition is going to be as new. And we will select all that and enter that in. We're going to arrive. There's no stars, so that makes sense. We'll press, and it's going to be most likely 08. But I might just plan that in the air. So we'll leave that for the time being. Flight plan. Actually, nav. There we go. We also have a VNAV in this thing, an advisory VNAV, which is kind of cool. So you can use advisory VNAV if you want it as well. And we're going to leave this on this display. Let's go ahead and set track up and aircraft at the edge. And it's going to fix itself when we start moving a little bit here. So we'll let it kind of do that for now. So our FMS has been set up. You can see it's super easy. You can make this airplane a very nice and easy airplane. Doesn't have to be difficult. We're squawking 2000. We're already, transponder's already on. It's ready for the push. So we're ready to go on that guy. Hey, welcome everybody to the chat as well. FML first, hey, welcome. Your signature videos are helping me. Thanks a lot. Hey, I really appreciate that. Thanks for watching, and I'm glad it helps. WX Watch, always enjoy watching people fly 727. Hey man, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, this airplane is a lot of fun, and I really hope people buy it and enjoy it, or or something along these old airplanes. The old airplanes are very rewarding. Seems like rudder on switch would be guarded switch. Yeah, probably that'd be a good idea. I don't know where it is though. If you can let me know. Would you suggest a CRJ over the Cessna 172? It depends what you want to do. They're very different planes. If you're going to learn how to fly, the 172 is definitely where you're going to do it on, at least real life. But in the sim, you can fly whatever you like. That's the beauty about that. Let's go ahead and test our fire test for the engine 1, 2, and 3. And you can see we'll be able to cancel the bell, so that's nice. I like how the bell just nicely cuts out. Go ahead and get rid of that. So that's all good to go. There's no VOR for this departure. Let's talk about the departure very quickly. I'll bring that up in the, let's see here, Navigraph. There you go. So they're doing the Kerper one, which calls for, let's go over here. Flight plan. Let's go direct access to easier to show Kipper, then right turn to Maxu, then over to Duvon, then X or MLX, whatever, and then ASNU, and then it's over to FPA, which is on the flight plan portion. Just scroll up here, my flight plan. MTA, yes, and then we're direct to SVCU, or we're doing probably the VOR Alpha, or unless we can do the other one. So to a circling approach, we'll see how that goes. Next page, there's some airports that are close by, so that's all good. We'll go back to our little navigation screen here. And we'll leave it there for the time being. On the Kerper, the Kipper one, speed is max 250 below 10. It's pretty standard. And ASNU, climb assigned altitude, flight level on course 010 or 071 to Kipper, then a V assigned transition. Well, we don't have any ATC, so we'll do that. And because we don't have ATC, I'm just going to allow myself to go all the way up, which isn't very realistic, but we don't have ATC, so that's kind of what I'm going to do. And we're going to go up to 34,000 feet. We're also going to set that on our pressurization panel. 34,000 feet. That equals a cabin altitude of 5.2. So let's set 200 on that. And we can check. Auto fail standby is working. I'll try to go manual, and I should be able to open and close the door, but maybe this airplane can't do it, or maybe they haven't modeled it, but I should be able to open this valve manually. Oh, you know what? Let's go flight. Nope. Nope. So I don't know if that's a bug or I'm doing something wrong, but you should be able to open and close this outflow valve. The outflow valve controls the pressurization. If the valve is fully closed, you're a solid tin can. As the air keeps pumping in, you're going to burst. You can think of it that way. And then the outflow valves will open to alleviate some of that air pressure from all the packs sending air in. And so it's like a little flap that opens up to allow air to regulate and maintain a certain altitude, a cabin altitude. I should be able to open and close that. Marco, rudder on, guarded switch are top left of overhead. Oh. There it is. Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, I wondered why that's... See, I thought it was going to be on the engineer panel because it's under the engineer section. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this is pilot? No, yeah, it's under the engineer section. So I had thought it would be somewhere here, but that's okay. Thank you for that. 7 Purple, hey, welcome. Over the past 24 hours, I've heard more from you than my wife. I just had lunch with her. Thanks for the streams, dude. I appreciate that. Well, I've been sick for the last 4 days, and I have nothing else to do when I'm home, so I'll stream. And I'm feeling much better today, and I'm going back to work tomorrow for another 4-day pairing. So, yeah, that's why you've been hearing a lot from me. You won't hear much of me on the pairing too much, but then I'll be going to FS EXPO as well, and I will stream as much as possible and take videos of the trip and all that kind of stuff as well. Let's go to the takeoff section. We're going to be taking off from TKPK, enter, runway 07. We'll sync the weather. Takeoff runway available is 7614, and the minimum takeoff runway available that is required is 5700. So we have more than available runway with flap 15. What about flap 5? Oh, that's fine. We could do that. We'll do a flap 5 takeoff. Performance. We're going to set our EPR. Takeoff EPR right there is 2.0. So it moves this little caret. It's kind of hard to see. That little caret there moves. So 2.0, we'll set that back. So it's good to go. so we know where to put our EPR needle there. EPR, by the way, stands for engine pressure ratio. Takeoff N1 should equate to about 95, basically. Takeoff trim of 3.5 was set, and it is set. And then takeoff V-speeds, we press set speeds, and it'll set it for us. We have a V1 of 136, a VR of 136, a V2 of 144. Right there, you can see it's met with the bug there. And then our flap 5 minimum maneuvering speed is 160. So passing 160, we can clean ourselves up to flap 2, which will be 190, and then flap 0 at 200, which is marked right there for us. So that's all good to go. I should probably get my charts actually in here. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So let me do it in here as well. TKPK, enter. And we'll get the taxi chart out for the time being. I kind of wish it put me on this chart, but it doesn't from what I think. So anyways, that's ready to go. And we'll leave that page up. Let's go ahead and start the APU up. I believe we finished fueling a long time ago. So we're going to press APU to on and start. I know some who flies through 7 today, and he said when descending the CRJ, he used the vertical speed with only the snowflake. Yep. Yeah, we don't have most CRJs don't have coupled VNAV. We have advisory VNAV, which is the snowflake. So you can use that. Usually what we do is the advisor VNAV will say, hey, you require, sorry, let me back up. What our profile is in the CRJ is 3,000 feet per minute at idle thrust, 290 knots. So when the advisor VNAV says you need to descend at 2,800, we'll start down at 3,000. We like to lead it a little bit in case for slowdown time. And if it's anti-icing or heavy winds or something like heavy tailwind, we'll lead it by even more, maybe 400 to 500 feet. So when it says 25, we'll start down at 3,000. The APU is all started up. We have the APU on and the forward entry is still open. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and close the circuit breaker, which means it's the equivalent of turning on the generator in your 7.3s. So now we're on the APU generator power. The external power source is the APU, or not external power, essential power source is the APU. The ground power switch has automatically turned itself to off. And in preparation for startup, we can go ahead and set all our gens to rise. We can also turn the galley power off. We can turn the packs on, but they're going to be basically turning off pretty soon. And we're going to kind of half close these doors, these cooling doors. Someone I met, no worries. There we go, somewhere around there. Awesome. We'll get all fuel pumps turned on. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Let's go ahead and turn our radios on, which I already did that. Awesome. And we're tuned into 1228. That's all good. Autopilot doesn't have to be changed right now. That is fine. Let's go ahead and set our heading indicator. So it's going to be heading of 0, 7, 0. We're going to set our source to GPS as well. Awesome. So now this is set up for a GPS. That's all looking good. All right, let's do the before start checklist. Before start checklist for the pilots. Flight attendant's briefing. We'll skip that one, but it's going to be an hour and 10 in the route. No turbulence. No MELs in the back or front. We're good to go. Gear lever and lights are 3 green. Doors closed. Brakes are parking brake set. Start levers are off. Flight instruments have been checked. Altimeters are 3000 set left center. Where's the standby here? Is there a standby altimeter? Yeah, there it is. Left, center, and right. Let's cross check with the ATIS. Brake pressure has been checked. It's on the right hand side here. It's at 3000 psi. Radar and transponder is set to we'll put it off. I guess should be standby though. Exterior lights, we have the navigation light currently on. That's been set currently. Seatbelt and smoking is on. Window heat, that one I did forget. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. on. Compass is slaved. Radios are on and checked. Departure briefing, I'll give you guys that now. So it's going to be a flap 5 takeoff for runway 7. It'll be EPR of 2.0. It's changed. V1 136, VR 136, V2 a 144. Runway 7, the Kerper 1, which is 071 heading to Kerper, then assigned via depicted route. Obviously, there's a speed restriction 250 below 10,000 feet. And we'll be taking the right turn from Kipper with the as-new transition. There's no ATCs, so I'm just going up to 34,000 feet. Logbook, yeah, whatever. I don't have that here. And then emergency power is off. Alternate flaps are off. Stall warning. Anti-skid. Let's do that. So I'm not going to do all the tests. You probably should, but there's the stall one. You can see the yoke shake there. Kind of like that. I don't know what HTR off is. Flight recorder. Awesome. This is the compass where it's slaved or free. Anti-skid. Inboard. Outboard. Really appreciate you guys jumping in and joining me today as well. Do you own the PAX version of this as well? Yes, I do. Flight Sim Studios actually gave me this airplane to review. So I have both the passenger and freighter. And as you know, guys, like I was given the CSS 737-500 as well. I haven't touched that since. So just because I've gotten this plane doesn't mean it's not actually good. I actually just enjoy this airplane. I get things for free, and I also pay for things. I've been paying for things my whole simulation career for 12 years. So I don't just fly if I don't like it, because I'd be miserable. But I really enjoy this airplane. I kind of wish it had failures and better sounds, but I hopefully it's going to get better. But it's already pretty good. GPW's wind shear. This is more of a first flight of day kind of checklist, which I guess we kind of are doing. So click and hold, but nothing really fails in this version. So spoilers are retracted. Takeoff warning horn is sure. Just check that. There you go. Stabilizer trim is checked 3.5. Autopilot is checked off. Flight directors, we're not going to use them. Actually, sure. We'll set it to VL, and we'll set about 10 degrees. So VL will be our navigation and GPS source, so we can kind of follow that a little bit. Trim tab is checked. Oxygen mask and regulator, we're good to go. So let's go ahead and get the pushback started here. They're going to close our door for us. We're also going to go and get rid of our GPU. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Mr. Lonnie, welcome, guys. Flight Sim Gaming is here, guys. If you guys don't know who that is, go check out Flight Sim Gaming on YouTube. A really awesome guy, close friend of the channel as well. You're tempted to buy it. If you like old planes, Floka, you're gonna love this airplane. If you don't like old airplanes, do not touch this airplane. It is very manual. Even with the FMS that I have installed, which makes it a lot easier, it's still a manual bird. Look at those clouds just nicely coming over the mountains. That looks really good in 2024, guys. We are 4 subscribers away from 6,000 subs. Can we get 4 more subscribers? And we will hit 6,000. By the way, guys, if you're members of the channel, you'll be given access to our members only emojis. I'm up for the challenge. Yeah, man, go buy it. You can even use the discount code down below to save 10%, or you can buy it on, Aerosoft website as well. I don't have a discount code for them, but you can buy it anywhere you like, and just enjoy this airplane. Enjoy the learning process. It's a really awesome plane. By the way, guys, I kind of point this out in every stream, but this is the APU exhaust. Notice where they put it. I just noticed my desktop audio has been muted this whole time. Sorry about that. But this is the APU exhaust right here. Don't do it. It's not as exciting. What, buying the plane? Or subscribe to you? Alright, let's see. We got to turn, we're taking off 07, which would be less. We got a nose left. Make sure I can get there. Yes, we can. All right, let's do our last little pushback check. So, beacon light on. Transponder to on. Our doors are all closed. Our landing elevation, we didn't set that. It's probably sea level. I'll just quickly check that. 30 feet. Okay, a little higher than sea level. There we go. Awesome. And we are good to go. We'll release the parking brake. All right, start at will. Let's go up here. We'll turn the packs off. Let's go ahead and open the window so you guys hear these sounds. It's gonna get pretty loud though. I don't know why that's in the. There we go. Don't know. I thought it was in the up position. I said nose left, didn't I not? There we go. All right. So here are the starters up here. 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna start left to right. So we're gonna go number 1. Here's our N2 rising on number 1. Now GSX working, but first need to be on by GSX menu. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been spotty for me, to be honest with you guys. GSX is always an interesting one. There's 20% N2. We go ahead and add fuel on 2. I swear I said nose left. Wait, that is left. I needed nose right. All right, it's okay. We'll spin around. These in real life, you just say push straight back or push back. We're going to 07, and then the ramp crew just knows where to put you. Oof. Aerosucre. I don't know how to say this airline, by the way. Aerosucre. Make sure to over. No, all right, we're not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. Let me get rid of this chart there for you guys. You can get a nicer view. All right, we'll go ahead and set the parking brake. I'm going to close. Oh, let's hold the brakes, then set the parking brake. They have a realistic brake, which is pretty cool. That's how the rear brakes in Airliners work. We'll go ahead and close those windows up. All right, let's go ahead and start number 2. Same procedure. The engine is running quite hot. It is very hot outside. It's 20% right there. We'll go ahead and add fuel in number 2. Marco says you need to be at least 2,000 pounds over. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're being North American pilots right now. I'm not saying that they're bad or anything, but they're probably just a bit more regulated over here. Different cockpit cultures and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, these engines are running warm. Look how hot this thing is running. We're going to go ahead and start number 1. Oh, hydraulic should have been on. That's my fault there. Don't worry about that. That'll get fixed after GSX is gone and we start moving a little bit. Fuel number 3. Mustafa, hey, welcome. What's happening on your GPS? Yeah, don't worry about that. Sorry. Yeah, when we start moving, it starts to go away. Four subscribers left, guys, and then we're at 6,000. Call everybody. Tell them to come sub. They'll get a free butter tart. I may not be able to honor that promise, but... Thanks for stopping in, by the way, Mustafa. You fly this plane quite a bit as well, if I'm not mistaken, so... You'll probably, You actually... you should have came to fly along if you were able to. Anyways, all engines, all 3 engines are online, and operating, so with the starter cutout. So we'll go ahead and close that. We're going to go ahead and bring the generators online. The APU has been kicked off the bus. We can go ahead and turn the packs back on. We can go and turn off the APU. You can hear it shut down there. Hydraulics are still looking all good. Our fuel temperature is looking good. It's very hot outside. And our fuel quantities are still looking great. Oil temps are in the green. Pressure's in the green. That's all looking good. Let's turn our galley power 1 and 2 back to the on position. Gonna go also set our auto brakes to RTO. Our flaps we're gonna set to 5. I'm at work though, or I would. Yeah, no worries, my friend. Oh, good. Hey Dom. Welcome in the stream. So that's all good to go. We should be, we got flaps 5 set and indicated. Let's do it before or after start checklist. Start levers, idle detent, yeah. Beacon lights on. This is kind of more of a before start. You shouldn't have the beacon after you started. But anyways, engine anti-ice is off and not required. Engineer electrical power is checked. Boost pumps checked. B pumps are on. Hydraulic pressure was checked. We did that. And lights out. Taxi checklist. Flaps are set, 5 set and green light. I don't know what you'd say here, but RJ would say flap 5 or flap 8 required, 8 set. So anyways, takeoff data EPR, it might have changed. Let's just go ahead and see real quick. Takeoff. We'll just reset that to make sure. Probe heat, I did miss those ones. We'll turn those on. Flight controls, I actually don't know if there's actually a flight control. Is there an actual flight control, any diagram or anything that shows it? Or is just the yoke free and correct kind of deal? One of those airplanes where it's just free and correct, I think it is. So I don't see any diagram of, oh wait, right there. Okay, so it doesn't do ailerons, but does full elevator up, full elevator down. Right and left. Anyways, we'll call it good. I'm sure nothing fails in this sim. Scat, no idea what that is. Yaw dampers are checked. Seatbelt and shoulder harnesses are on and ready to go. Engineer air conditioning is checked and set. Galley power is on. Fuel heat is off. Auto pack trip. Auto pack trip was somewhere here. Wing anti-ice. I had seen it before. Ah, here. Auto pack trip. Normal, I guess, or a cutout, I guess. I'm not sure what they put there. I watched your 7 vid last night. Are the armor still bugged? Yeah, I can't get these to turn. But what was happening though is if I clicked it, it would action the needle. I didn't have an ADF tune at the time, so it just went to dead. But then, but these actually don't move. I don't know how to move them. But yeah. Should show elevators and rudders. Yeah, thanks for that. Hey, Skymaster, welcome. It looks all good. Yeah, thanks, man. If you guys, by the way, we got a lot of streamers in here. Skymaster, Mustafa, and Flight Sim Gaming. Go check all those channels. We're also 4 subscribers away from 6,000. Everybody gets a free buddy tart. At 6, seatbelt and shoulder harnesses are good. Delayed engines are not doing that. For takeoff, might as well do it here. Icing considerations are checked. It's a million degrees, no preset. Cabin alert. I don't actually know where that is. I would assume it's at the top here somewhere. Ground crew. What happens if I press PA? Nothing. I thought I'd do like the MD80, like start doing a PA or something. Anyways, anti-skid is on and checked. Strobe lights, we'll get those. So we're going to be holding at the strobes. We'll keep that up. So I pushed the exact opposite direction I needed to push. That was completely my fault. So we'll take the parking brake off. I'm going to lock my office chair wheels so I don't slip and slide everywhere. We're going to use my rudder pedals. And we're also going to get the control cam up for you guys, which kind of is going in the right direction. I'll just fix that up. We're using Pro Desk Sims CRJ throttle, which is obviously not the right throttle for this airplane. But that's kind of all I got right now that I like to use. So we'll see. I've contacted a company for a 727 set, so we'll see if we can review those for you guys if we get them. But this will do just fine. The flap gates don't exactly match where the flaps are, but we'll play along. If you guys want anything from ProDesk Sim, there's a discount code down below as well. So we're gonna add a bit of thrust. I have it set that the left one does all of them, and then the right one kind of does the center, which is kind of what I have got going on here. Should be normal takeoff? Ah, thanks. Normal. Ooh, cool. Go ahead and we're just gonna spin this guy around. It's a gorgeous airplane. I love flying these types of airplanes. Oh yeah, I can't control the thrust in here when I'm in showcase mode. I think it needs a sound pack, but other than that, would be pretty good. You enjoying heat in the city? I have not left my apartment. I have stayed indoors all day. Okay, if you can get the Blackbird 727, it's awesome. I just got mine a few weeks ago for the Bravo. Yeah, they look really cool. I emailed them, so we'll see. If they don't, I'll probably buckle and buy it because I just love this airplane. So. I guess I need to know the name of this airport before I give a radio call, don't I? I always forget the names of these airports. St. Kitts, alright. We are on VATSIM, guys. St. Kitts traffic, Aerosucre, 1329 is landing up runway 07. Kipper 1 as we transition. I hope this goes to the runway. I didn't even check. I was just assuming. Yeah, Justice. I'm used to North American airports where all taxiways lead to runways eventually. Me too, it's brutal. Yeah, I'm not going outside. No, thank you. I'd like to get a tiller. That'd be kind of awesome. So let's go ahead and throw the strobe lights on. And taxi will be on as well. I mean, it's bright daylight, so you can't see with all the sunshine, then taxi lane ain't gonna help you. Appreciate you guys. We got 14 of you guys in the horizontal stream and 2 in the vertical. We are streaming on both. I personally actually only like to watch horizontal streams, but some people I guess prefer vertical. Looks like we're gonna have a crosswind from the right hand side, so we'll be using right aileron input for our departure. We're gonna do a backtrack here. And you can see at the end they have a little turnaround bay for us. St. Kitts traffic, it's Aerosucre 1329 backtracking on runway, what runway is this? Would be 25? 25 would be spin around for 07 departure. Straight up guessed. I'm like, yeah, 25, 26, one of those. Close enough. It's a sim. So we're gonna hug this left-hand wall here. Gonna slow down a little bit more for it. And then we're gonna kind of not go over the line, but it's gonna look like we're on the line or over the line, but the gear is just behind us a little bit, as you can see there. And before taking up checklist, we're continuing with strobes on, transponder TARA. APU light is out, doors and boost pumps and cross feeds on. That one. Was already on. 2, 3. And oil cooler check. Oh, I was right clicking, so my rudder didn't take. Alright, there we go. Close enough. Alright, you ready, guys? Let's put this away. There we go. And we'll get that right aileron input in. It's the thrust set. Perfect. St. Kitts traffic. Aerosucre 1329 departing 07. Kipper 1. Let's go. Nice smooth rotation. Gear up. I'm about to say speed mode. In the RJ speed mode. Climb 55. Nav mode. Anyways. Nicely climbing on up, and we're going to pass our acceleration altitude, and then we'll pitch down and oh, a little bumpy. We'll pitch down and accelerate a little bit. All right, past the 1,500 feet. I'm going to nose the airplane down a little bit here. We'll go flap 2. And we'll go flap 0. Nice little trim sounds there. Nicely accelerating. I set our speed bug here to 250. Awesome. We're going to go down here. Autopilot on. Oxnav. Well, it says in-up for some reason. IS hold. Gear up and off. Says view our loc right now. There we go. Not Oxnav. Oxnav is for the INS. That was my mistake there. And we'll follow this. You can see it's following the the FMS now. The last 2 streams we did were in the INS. If you guys want to check out INS navigation, we did it to Portland, and we did one to Vancouver, a late night stream, early morning. And so now this stream is going to have a bit more FMS action for you guys, to show you guys that it's a bit easier to fly with the FMS. Awesome. Let's go to our climb table back here, and I can get an EPR for the climb. Let's put that away. Climb EPR, sea level 10,000, 1,000, let's say 5 to 25. It's crazy hot. How hot is it outside? A tad of 25 or so. So 25 all the way down here. Wish I can draw on this. It's 178 to 180, so we're gonna go here and set in 180. Oh, too much. Bring that back up. 180. 180. And 180. Kind of wish I could sync these up. That'd be nice. And I'll get back to the comments in just a second here. Kind of a busy airplane to keep maneuvering. All right, we're looking good. We're following the route. Going to take this next right-hand turn here coming along. After takeoff checklist. Oh, you know what? I don't think I ever turned the ignition on. Oops, that's my fault. Seatbelt, no smoking. I always forget this. This ground to flight switch. Click it. Yeah. I always forget to put this pressurization back to flight. Is that anywhere in this checklist? Or did I completely skip it? So right now we're not pressurizing, just to let you guys know, but we should be soon. Before takeoff, cabin anti-skid, engineer, boost pumps, oil cooler. That's all he has. Taxi, air conditioning panel. There's nothing about pressurization here. You'd imagine it'd be somewhere in there. Hydraulic pumps, auto pack trip cutout. We can do that. There you go. Landing lights, logo lights, gear lever, hydraulic pumps. Yeah, there's nothing about pressurization. I don't know if the real one has it. I would imagine they would have a pressurization, but anyways, we can go ahead and accelerate a little bit faster here. So we'll go to 300 knots, and we'll go down. Instead of IS hold, we'll do vertical speed, and I'm just going to nose the airplane down a little bit. All roads lead to Rome. Yeah, exactly. Wow, HD's off the dial. Yeah, I don't know. It was crazy hot. even when we started the engines, like after the engine was started, they were already in the 550s, which I don't know if I completely agree with. At least from my time in jet aircraft, but maybe. Maybe. I've taken off in 35-degree days, and the jet engine, when it's turned on and running, it, unless there's a problem with it, it should be nice and cool. You got a massive fan. But maybe turbojets are different, right? So, I'm not sure. I don't know. Must be a bug in 2024. For the, are you talking about the ADF thing? Yeah, maybe. You can always ask engineer to set price. No! We're doing everything ourselves. Alright, about to hit 300 knots here. And I'm going to press IS hold once we get to 300. Very busy airplane. Even with an FMS, it's a very busy airplane. So let's go nose up a little bit and then IS hold. And this is our FMA. This is our flight mode annunciator is what I call it. They probably call it something else. I'm turning our flight directors off because we don't need those anymore. But right now our autopilot is on VOR LOC, which actually means the GPS. And our flight director was in the GPS mode, but I have gone ahead and turned our flight director off. But we're set to GPS there. Go ahead and pull this chart up for you. Dylan, you can see what we're doing on the vertical stream and Navigaph there. Really appreciate you guys all tuning in and watching. I hope if you haven't flown this plane before, you look into getting it. It is probably one of my new favorites in the sim. I absolutely enjoy flying this. It's so much more fun to me than an Airbus. My real job is flying the CRJ, so that's more fun to me even more because, you know, it's a bit more manual, but this is the CRJ, you know, times 1,000. Especially when you're by yourself. That keeps it all really entertaining and fun. So passing 18,000 feet, we're just press the B button, it'll set it to 2992. Quick phone call, and I will be right back as we nicely climb out here. A little bit of bumps, keep the belts on a little bit longer. Alright, I am back. Are you flying on VATSIM? I am flying on VATSIM. We lost a sub, guys. We need 5 more. Sad faces in the chat. Sad faces in the chat. I can't see you flying on from TNCC too. I can't see you flying. I'm flying from. Oh, I should be. Yeah, it says I'm connected and it says I'm online there. There's fucking mode Charlie. That's a little bumpy up here. Let's fix our heading bug there. We'll be correct, good pilots here. And I actually kind of miss my INS, but let's go over here. And we got still a long way to go. This thing's pretty kind of cool, though. It has an advisory VNAV, which is pretty sweet. So that's pretty cool. Let's select, let's go flight plan. And we'll press approach. And let's get the weather for this place. So let me bring up this screen. We can look at the weather together. That rhymes. SVCU weather. Uh-oh. I should have checked this before. There's no ILS here, so we might be crap out of luck. They have VOR DME, which gets us down to, actually it's pretty low, 500 above ground, basically. And then a VOR Alpha, which is about 900 above ground. Currently, it's 3,000 with light rain. Scattered 1,000 foot CB, which is cumulonimbus. And then overcast 3,000. So 120 at 25. Runway, let's see here. Runway 8 would basically be our choice. Choose that. Transition. We are currently flying west, so we're going this way. So we'll take Chicha, and we'll select enter that. So that's all nicely in our route now. What is this doing now? Let's see, enter. I didn't tell it to do that, I don't think. Let's turn that off. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Let's just put it in heading mode for the time being. And Alt, or IS hold. There we go. Let's go back to here. I just inserted approach. I don't know why it started turning, but we'll press direct. And we'll just go direct to MTA. Yeah, we'll go direct to MTA currently. Okay, we're gonna try pressing navloc, and the airplane should just continue. And we'll see what happens there. Flexibility, how are we doing, Cap? Pretty good. Pretty good. The weather down where we're going is actually quite poor, and we have a VOR approach, so it will be interesting. Alright, now we're back nicely en route. Make sure this approach is still in here, though. Direct, we have... I don't like that SVU's in there. Can I delete a waypoint? No, let's just go... This is all correct. I don't want this to be there. Nav. Flight plan, flight plan, flight plan. Next page. Previous page. Alright, this. Erase. Oh. Okay. I didn't want to do that. Alright, approach. We're going to SVCU. Runway 8. Yeah. Chicha. Select, enter. Alright. Don't turn. Good. Flight plan, flight plan. MTA, then we're going to Chicha. Good. That's what I wanted. That will work out just fine. So let's plan to be at Chicha. I want 3,400 feet, no procedure turns. So we'll go VNAV. Let's just make sure we're direct MTA again, which it doesn't look like we are. Looks like we're direct somewhere else. Whatever, we'll just go direct Chicha. Call it a day. Go there. Direct to Chicha. And I should have alt-celled my altitude already, but we haven't, so we'll do that before I forget to do that. Man, alt-cell, I have to remember that, man. Alt-cell is a Dash 8 classic thing, and I haven't done that in forever. I'm just used to setting it and forgetting it. Okay, so we're direct to Chicha, VNAV, Chicha. Estimated crossing, I want to cross at 3,400. Enter. That can't be right. To Chicha, distance 0. Too many time for 42 minutes. Direct track, ground speed. Okay, so this is wrong. But we have an estimated time, 42 minutes. I would like a distance, but I guess I don't get one. But this is 200 scale, so we'll wait a little bit on that. But we have 34,000. We're going to be cruising at 34,000. I'm going to go check my engine APRs. Actually, are still all good here as well. We're up in the 30s. It's a tat of -5. So -5, 30. 1.95 to 2.0. Awesome. We can increase thrust a little bit. I love that. It already did increase. Did I do that? Someone else do that? Or did it just kind of fall onto my lap nicely? Jefferson, probably you are flying without flight plan on VATSIM. Oh, you know what? I think I am doing that. I always forget to do that. I need a dispatcher. We'll fix that quickly. There we go. Nice to see me out there. Okay, we have a mileage of nothing. Huh, that's weird. I'm direct to Chicha. We're going the right way. But we got no mileage to it, which is quite interesting. Well, we're expecting to be there in 2213. So we'll have to do some pandangling. I actually think I prefer the INS right now more than this thing. It's definitely user error. All right, let's go check how our temperature is doing back here. Air mixture check, 33, 34. Everything looking good back here. Kind of experimenting with you guys right now, to be honest. Check out that VNav again. Don't really need it, but I'd like to see if it works. Maybe once we reach top of climb. Getting that little extra bit of feet, so let me go ahead and go vertical speed. We'll just nose it up a little bit. We'll lose a little bit of speed, maybe. We'll be okay. They want us at point 8 anyways, so there we go. Alt's cap at 34. RVSM is checked on all 3. And we're gonna slow on down. Cool, and we can just check the auto throttle on, and it'll do it for us. One thing less to worry about there. This makes more sense. Okay, so now it's starting to come down. We'll let that go for the time being. And we're just nicely cruising on over. Off scheduled descent. Let's open these a bit. This I'm still learning how to do. I've turned this off from the flight engineer doing it because I'd like to learn it if I can. Coming out to this 50, I'm reading this right, is 5850. And I'd like to get the cabin altitude down a little bit. Assuming in auto mode it should have did it for me, but I guess not. Let's see what happens when I close these. So see what happens to the pressurization here. If anything. I don't think it has an effect on that. Alright, I'm gonna make the temperature stuff. I'll just do it automatically. Just so it goes swimmingly today. Let's see what he does when I put some automatic. Where does he put him for cruise? All the way closed. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we'll let him do that for us. That's the cool thing about this plane. If you don't know how to do it, put the engineer on. Let it do it for you. I appreciate you guys watching in the vertical stream as well. We're flying the 727 by Flight Sim Studios. If you don't mind subscribing, we need 5 more to hit 6,000 subscribers. Pretty close. Smoky engines coming out of this guy. Looks like a 737 from the front, and then the rest of it changes. Alright guys, well I'm gonna go take a bit of a break. I'm gonna go get a sandwich, and I'll be on later on. Or probably about 5 minutes, to be honest. All right, I am back. Weather conditions destination are not so good. No, they're not. Yeah, they're pretty bad actually. We're gonna set our MDA here to we are on my 540. Which puts us roughly 520 above ground. Somewhere around there. We'll go a little, actually we'll add 50 feet, so 590. Nope, not that one. There we go. Hey, we're back up one sub, so we need four more to go to 6,000. If we can make it today, that would be awesome. If not, no worries. I have faith eventually. Next thing I gotta learn is the anti-ice. I have no idea how that works. I think it's one of those ones where you gotta turn some systems on at certain times and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and close this cockpit door a little quieter in here. Now we play the what can we click game. A lot of speed fluctuations here. It's all good. So when we need about... Oh, here it is. Direct FPA down is 1.7. So I'm gonna let this clear up a bit more. I believe if I know what, if I think I know what that is. And we're level at 34, so we can go ahead and set 3,400 now. Oh, I guess I can't do 3,400. All right, we'll do 4,000. I guess I can. I just have to manually fly it, but yeah, we'll do 4,000. It's okay. Methodlox, welcome. Hope the flight goes well. That's interesting looking FMC GPS thing. Yeah, this is the an old style FMS, and if you go back to our last two streams, I was using the INS, which is an inertial navigation system. It's even older than this. I actually prefer it. It's a bit more fun, but on this stream I'm going to be doing this, but this is an old style FMS, which they do use in real life on the 727s, to my knowledge. But it has advisory VNAV, which is kind of cool. So estimated time is about 8 minutes till our top descent. So go run direct Chicha. Right now, 4-degree descent would be 3,300 feet per minute. I actually might go back and change that. Go back to 3 degrees. The thrust is just going up, down, up, down, up, down. Anyways, everything's looking good. Just nicely cruising. Yeah, because it's a little bumpy, I'm going to descend down to 32. And we'll see if we can get a nicer ride. Oh, it just smoothed out. These upper air, if there's a jet stream or anything, what you can do is there's a very weird rule of thumb which never really works. But the theory is if the temperature is increasing where you are, you should increase your altitude to get out of the turbulence. And then vice versa. If it's decreasing, then you decrease to get out of the turbulence. The problem is the temperatures don't really move all that much, so you got to be watching really like closely at it. I'm 40 miles from the airport. Okay, cool, cool. I think I see you there on the map. I'm a lot further away. A lot further away. Visibility is awful. Yeah, probably. It's 3,000 feet overcast with CBs at 1,000, so I would assume that. But the VOR takes you down to 500 above, so you should be able to hopefully get below. You can give me a pyre up if once you what altitude you got, what you break out at. Thanks everybody for stopping by and sticking with us. I have a new replay tool as well, so we'll be trying to use that. It's still kind of bumping around, so we're gonna set alt cell at 32,000. We're gonna go down a little bit here. Get out of these bumps. $33 for 34. How your days all going, guys? Going well, hopefully. Oh, 3 more to go. 3 subscribers to go. We're at 5,997. Alt cell 32,000. So now that we're leveled, I'm going to set this back to 4,000 feet. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. Put that back. Okay. Let's put you back here. There we go. All right, let's put this back to 4,000. There we go. Looks like it's a little less bumpy over here. Let's go check our cargo out. It's a light or a porthole? The really badly textured light. Yeah, the texturing and the sounds do need some work. They're not the greatest, but they're not the worst either. New altitude means a new cabin alt, so 4,400 feet on this. There we go. I'm gonna get flight recorder started up. How's the weather down there? Jet fighter, everything going well? Alright guys, well let's start getting set up for this approach. So we know the weather, we know the region we're 8. We'll go ahead and set our auto brakes to medium. Get our booklet out for these speeds here. Landing. Gross weight. We'll set our winds, everything here. Main landing distance available is 4,900 feet. That's the limitation. We can set that. We can set this. That's all looking fine. Okay, we're basically gonna start descending now, so let's start going. A little bit too much, a little too much. Awesome. Let's also go ahead and get the VOR tuned in that we need, which is 13.3. There we go. We got reception to that. And Chica is a 91. So I guess I can't change my course, can I? I'm in GPS mode currently, but it's programmed to fly the arc all for me, which is pretty cool. If not, I'd have to do a manual arc with the VOR. I haven't done an arc action in a long time. But basically, what we would do is we would hit, bring up this, we're doing the arc manually. Once we hit Chicha, which is a radial of 091 at 12 DME, I would turn, instead of going straight that way, I'd turn right. And I would put this direct to VOR needle right on my left-hand side. And I would maintain this constant left turn all the way around with this VOR always pointed to my 9 o'clock, holding 12 miles all the way around until this direct equals a course that we want inbound, which is 094. That's how we would do that arc manually. Go around, no visibility. Uh-oh. That's not good. Let's see what our alternate is. Start planning that. Alternate is SVMI. Let's go here. I'm gonna go nav mode. Flight plan, actually. Flight plan. Probably not how you do it, but I'm just putting it here so I know what it is. The alternate is 45 minutes away anyway, so we have time. Well, if we go miss, we'll do the missed approach procedure, and then we're going to go direct to COM VOR, and then the A55 to CBC. Passing through 18,000. There's a cloud on approach. Awesome. You went down, that was at 500 feet? At 590, the minimum there? Wish I knew how to set this FMS up a bit more. I want to set an alternate, but... Oh, we have a hold. That's nice. Like, I wish I can type a direct to waypoint. I can't. All right, well, let's take a look at this chart together, guys. We're gonna do that arc. We're gonna come around over our DME of 12. We'll keep descending on going down to our MDA of 590. The missed approach, if we have to do, is a left turn to 2,100 feet, intercept and follow CMVOR at a radial of 004, outbound to Guada for holding as directed by the ATC. So MDA up to 2,400 feet, then a left turn. I can't do 2,400 feet in this airplane. I can do 3. I guess I can do manually. Then a left-hand turn, direct to Guada, and hold, direct entry hold. 10,000 feet's coming up. Let's slow 250. Wish us luck, guys. Yes, till minimum. Lux wished in the chat. Through 10 coming down, we'll throw all these on. Get the CTAF ready for this airport as well. Actually, they probably don't do CTAF. I'm not sure if they do, but we'll go on 1218 or 122.8. Come on airport, it's Aerosucre 1329, direct to Chicha. We'll be shortly commencing the VOR DME runway 8 of the arc. Wish us luck, guys. A VOR DME approach down to MDA is never a good idea. Our missed approach point is a DME of 1.7. That's when we have to go missed if we don't see the runway. This is so much nicer than for it to manually fly the arc for me, though. Or automatically fly the arc. Very much appreciated. Some threats, guys. Obviously, very low vis. Most likely going to the alternate. Maybe waiting for it to pass. And let's see. Our min fuel is 11,000 total, and we're currently at 555. We're at 15,000. So we have about 4,000 pounds to play with, to wait around. And after that, it's off to the alternate. So I'll probably go into that hold after the mist, wait about 20 minutes or so, and then set up for, we'll be setting for the alternate in that hold. Here it starts. It's already starting. No anti-ice required because we are very, very hot, 30 degrees. Press B for the altimeter setting there. Let's see if Jet Fighter was lying. It's pretty bad. There's 30, correction, 5 for 4,000 feet. And we're going to start this arc here shortly. Once we hit 12 miles, we're going to turn right. And, well, the autopilot's going to basically do it, but we're going to turn right. And what it's going to basically be doing is putting this needle right on the left and holding it on that left-hand 9 o'clock window the entire way down. Alt's cap at 4,000 feet. We're going to stay at 4,000 all the way around the turn, and we're going to descend after passing Trozo. And we'll go down to 3,000. Yeah, we'll go down to 3,000. See, I can't do 2,200, so I guess I'll manually have to fly it down, but that's okay. Let's put our flight director on for the time being. And now the airplane's going to turn all the way left. It's going to put this needle right on the left side there, right on the 9 o'clock. Oh, wait. No, go back, go back, go back. I just wanted to change this so I can see it, but... See, it's nicely turning left, nicely turning left. And it's going to hold 12 miles of distance from the airport, from that DME, the VOR, with its direction. So right now we're still getting a little closer, but if this arrow... This is direct to the VOR right there. If this stays on the 9 o'clock, we're not getting further or closer to the VOR. If it starts to go in this section into more of the 10 o'clock zone, sorry, more of the 8 o'clock zone, now we're getting further away from the VOR. So closer to the VOR, further to the VOR, staying the same distance from the VOR. That's how the arc works. It's going to flash around this entire little pattern here. But that's how you can do it without a GPS and without a autopilot. Some likes in the chat, guys. Subscribe as well. We are 3 subscribers away from 6,000 subs. 3 subs away. Looks pretty nice over here. It's just the airport, I guess, that's quite terrible. Alright, so we're making this nice left-hand turn. And notice it's just going to keep it right on this left side here. It's just going to hold that 12 miles all the way around. Let's go ahead and start slowing down. Actually, we'll stay fast for a bit. We'll slow down in a second. What we are going to do is we're going to set 3,000 here. And on the mist, guys, we have to turn left, not right, as that is going to be mountainous terrain on the right side. We don't want to go to the right. Come out of traffic, it's Aerosucre 1329 and the 12-mile DME arc approaching Guada 4000. Runway 8. Oh, that was the wrong button. Did I even transmit? I don't think I even transmitted. Let me do the button I was meant to be. Come out of traffic, it's Aerosucre 1329 VOR DME arc runway 8 approaching Guada 4,000 feet. There we go. That should be the right button. All right, so notice it's just keeping this, let's keeping that VOR rated our 9 o'clock in this case because the left-hand DME arc. And if this range started to go to 13, you'd have to turn inbound a bit closer and put this needle up here, and then we would get our distance back. And if this distance went to 11, means we're getting too close, we'd have to turn away from the VOR, so we'd put that needle in the away section. So with it, if you can make it a constant turn, that's what you want to do. The GPS is obviously very good at that, but that's what you're doing, is balancing around this whole arc. It's all the way around at 12 miles. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this set up for 094 right there. I'm also going to hand fly this a little bit, so let's go ahead and, before I do that, we'll keep it on autopilot for now. Let's slow down a little bit. 3000 is set in there. We'll just keep altitude level, which doesn't actually seem to be level. Oh, it is, because we're slowing down. And that is all set up. So. Alright, let's just silence that. Gonna go down to 3,400 feet. And we're gonna go to nav mode, course setting of 094. This is way too fast to react. There's no localizer. Oh, there's 3,400. Let's go back up. Yeah, this is where two people really help. And we're just gonna follow. We're just gonna go, the flight director lateral is useless to me right now, but we're just gonna follow all the way around. Let's start getting a little configured here. And we can now descend down to 2,200 feet. So we're gonna start going on down. Need to turn left a bit. Need to keep this arc right on my left-hand side. Or this DME direct, I should say. Gonna be off the chat for a bit, guys. Okay, 1,000 feet to go.
1,000 to go.
Turning left inbound to the station a little bit more. Really hard to see these flight directors. The lateral is useless to me, but it's the level one I do like to see if possible. I think we're gonna go flat 5. We're gonna slow down a little bit. Just gonna stay above 2,200 feet. I'm waiting on apron now. Visibility is much better. Awesome. Cool, cool. I appeared, so the sound of these jets the sound of these jets got everybody coming in. So what we're waiting for now is waiting for this course. When this direct equals, or pretty close, we want 094, but pretty close to it, we're going to start turning inbound to that course. Command of traffic, it's Aerosucre 1329, approaching 12-mile DME arc of 094 from a 08. Just say turning final. And command of traffic, it's 1329 is not turning final 08. Let's keep level as best we can, turning onto the course here. Awesome. Now, once we get to 7 DME, we are allowed to start descending a bit steeper. So I'm gonna get nice and configured a little early. And command of traffic, it's Aerosucre 1329, established 10-mile final runway 08. So we're gonna start getting established soon here. Let's go flap, or gear down, sorry. I know it's weird, but trust me, you want to have everything nicely configured in these approaches before you start going on down. We're adding some trim for that. We'll go flat 15. This helps with the auto throttle. Very much so. 8 miles approaching. Okay, we're going to start a descent, flat 20 actually. Okay, we can't go below 22 just yet, so I'm going to level off. We're just passing 7 miles now. The runway's going to appear on our right-hand side if we're visual. All right, let's start descending flap. 5. Let's slow to our approach speed here. And flap 30. I think I just see some lights there. The cloud is right on the runway. We're gonna go auto throttle off. Yeah, this is like completely illegal. You really shouldn't go through that, to be honest with you. The cloud is right on the runway, just at the start. Well, our 1.7 is our missed approach point. We can't go below, let's get a little lower. We can't go below 590 actually, sorry. Hey, the minimums, we're going to, there we go. Oh, that just worked out for us, guys. That just worked out for us, guys. I'm visual landing. We're still past the, we just hit the missed approach point, just coming up on 2 miles there. I didn't turn the recorder on. Record. There we go. Amount of traffic. It's Aerosucre 1329, short final 08. Man, I love this type of flying, guys. Whoever put a tree there is a smart person. Alright, reverse. Auto braking. Spoilers deployed. That was a workout, guys. That was actually a lot of fun. You can stow the reversers there. Manual brake. That was a lot of fun. Missed that exit, so we're just going to continue on down. Yeah, there is a huge offset in the runway. That's what that chart says there as well. And we briefed it that it was going to appear on the right-hand side. That was a really cool approach. I think that's my coolest approach in sim. Is it an exit? No, we're going to the end. Man of traffic, it says Airsucre 1329. We're going all the way to the end, exiting left. Oh wait, I think there might be one here. Let's cheat. No, there isn't. There's a little turnaround spot, but I can't. No, I can't turn around on that. No way. I think the trees near the runways are MSF bugs sometimes. Yeah, probably. We'll go ahead and secure all that. And command of traffic, it's Aerosucre 1329. I'm going to be backtracking runway 26, exiting right into the ramp. Kamana. Yeah, that's probably a bug too. They probably wouldn't put a little light there. That approach, guys, was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. That gets all your IFR skills working right there. DME arc, offset runway, cloud. Just the missed approach point is 1.7 DME. We were at 2 point something, and the clouds just broke out. That was awesome. And the MDA was 590. We never went below that before our before 1.7, so we stayed legal that entire approach. It's gonna honk at me because I'm gonna speed up on the runway here. There's a horn somewhere cut out, but that's fine. That's a super fun approach. I want Lonnie to come do this approach with this airplane. Flight Sim Gaming, if you're watching, I challenge you to do it in this style of airplane on that approach. Too bad we can't get the weather like that again. That's like the most perfect weather. That cloud brings you, because the VOR course brings you diagonal, and this just breaks out at one point at like 2.2 DME. That's a ton of fun. And once our tail is clear of the runway, then we can go ahead and call clear. This is free scenery I got from flightsim.to. Command of traffic, Airsucre 1329 is clear, all runways. All right. Let's go ahead and start the APU. I see you as an Embraer. I don't know where you are, so I'm hoping I'm not hitting you right now. Go ahead and turn all of these off. Okay, we'll set the parking brake. Go back here, make sure the APU is up and running. Wait for it to fully start there. Thanks, I'm going to sleep in Poland after midnight. Okay, cool. Did you actually fly out with us, or were you going here just in general? But if you actually came out to fly with us, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming out. All right, let's go ahead and close the circuit breaker. The APU is on the bus. We can go ahead and turn all the engines off. Seatbelts can come off. Fuel pumps can all get turned off to one pump only. I don't know which one runs the APU. One hydraulic pump. And that's basically it. There's probably a whole shutdown thing, but that's basically it. So what we're going to go ahead and do is, by the way, welcome to Aeroportureto. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry for that. Antonio Jose de Sucre. We will be doing a replay for you guys as I recorded all that. So let's go ahead and get this airplane back up and started very quickly with, there should be a, I assume a, oh, maybe there isn't a, there might not be a fast start. There is not a fast start. All right, I'll just start the engines real quick. That doesn't take long. Wonder how many we can start in the sim. Let's see how many we can start here. So let's go undo what we just did. Packs are still off. Gens are still off. AP source. That's fine. Let's see if we can start all three. Let's see if it simulates this. It should. It should not be able to do it, I imagine, but it looks like in this sim it's able to start all three at once. Fly the Airbus, bro? Nah, bro. The Airbus is nowhere near. Go back to that approach. That approach was so much fun. I've never had that much fun in an Airbus. And it's so rewarding if you get this stuff right. But hey, man, you want to fly the Airbus? Be my guest. You fly what you enjoy. You can stream the Airbus, though, if you're all about it. So you see my legs shaking in the corner there. Let's go ahead and move that camera. Don't need that anymore anyways. I'm a leg shaker. I'm always drumming. All starter cutouts. 1, 2, 3. And we'll go ahead and throw the seatbelt back on. We'll throw these lights on for the arrival. All this on. This on. Awesome. We'll put our flaps back to the 30 position. There we go. And we should be basically good to go. Close, 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 close. And we'll turn off the APU. Turn the packs on. All right, and we should be able to go ahead and press play. So I'll cycle the gear there. Should probably disconnect the batsman. Luckily, there's no one here. What an amazing approach. I had a really good time with this approach. And this whole flight was a lot of fun. Fun stream. Thanks, by the way. Use your discount code for buy7 now off to learn it. Awesome, my friend. You're going to love this airplane. I think, at least. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Bit of a harder one. That's okay. Get it down and stopped. That feet per minute work? I actually didn't see if that worked for you guys or not, but... I've had better landings, I've had worse landings. I'll take it. It actually didn't look that bad from the flight deck, but it looks a bit worse from outside. I always notice that in the sim. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this flight. Really awesome experience. I love this airplane, Floke. I think you're going to enjoy it as well. You can either watch my videos to help you, but you can also watch actual tutorials. You'll probably have a better time with that. But it's going to suck. It will suck for a little bit. But I'm telling you, after you do it a couple times, you'll get better and better and better at it. And I really think you're going to enjoy it. What are these external cameras? Interesting. Other guys, we are only 2 subscribers away. Maybe we'll just stay streaming. We're doing replays, landing challenges. We are only 2 subscribers away from hitting our goal today. If we can hit that, that would be awesome. Of 6,000 subscribers. So 727 is unforgiving aircraft, but super satisfying when you learn it. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really glad that in my younger years, when I was 12, 14, I've been placement for 12 years, but in my younger years, I did a lot of Concord stuff with INS, and it really helps out here. And the DC-6 and all that kind of stuff, too. Really does help. All right, what we can do, guys, and just because I kind of want to, is we're going to go ahead and set up for a very quick little flight here. Not flight, SVCU. And we're going to just do that approach again. We'll get one little nice approach because I just love hand flying this thing. Quick phone call as it's set me with 0 speed. All right, let's not do that game. I said 130 on the speed. There we go. And I'll be a quick phone call. All right, I am back. Just on a phone call there and flying at the same time. We got the Pappies in sight. This is basically the approach we just did. And see how we're coming up. But if you want to go back it up in the stream, you can. But see how we're coming up to 3 miles. Our missed approach point is 1.7. So at 1.7 DME, if we're holding our altitude of 590 and we don't see the runway, it's a missed approach. Look how close this is. And look how offset this runway is. Pretty cool, right? So not yet. And obviously we're visual, so we can go under minimum, but this is 590. That's the altitude. That's MDA. And 1.7 is basically right now. Look how close this brings you. Oh, all right. Well, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed my, let me do this. I'll press stop replay. There we go. I pressed my replay button by accident. Threw me right back. Past touchdown zone a little bit there. But anyways, I think you guys get the point. You can basically, with this replay tool, you can basically put yourself anywhere you want. Stop replay, and do it again and do it again. You can practice different approaches over and over again. You can also get the one what I just used to port me back on final was something called FS flight control, which you can also use to practice your approaches. That's what I used for the first couple hours in this thing. But yeah, absolutely amazing airplane to fly. If you like hand flying airplanes, I'll stop the replay there. If you like hand flying airplanes, this one flies amazingly. So be sure to check it out and buy it. Oh, and apparently me being paused didn't like that. So we're ending it there. Mustafa, are you able to make it expo? Yeah, I'll be at the expo. I'll be flying in on Saturday. Because I'm doing a three flights on Friday. So once I'm done working, I'll fly out on Saturday. I'll get there probably at the expo, probably around 1:30. I'll be at the actual expo once I fly to Boston, take the train, all that kind of stuff. And I'll be there Saturday, Sunday, and I'm leaving on Monday. Yeah, having a background over the navigation styles aside from Simply FMS is very helpful indeed. Yeah, and I'm also pulling my World IFR, all that stuff I do as well from beforehand. The CRJ doesn't have too much of this old style anymore, but back in my IFR rating, I did more VOR than I do now. But yeah, it definitely helps if you have the background. But it's never too early, Floca. So hope you enjoy the 7.2. You laugh like a Barney Rubble from the Flintstone Hut. I don't know who that is. Awesome, would love to meet you. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll have 2 shirts. Obviously I'll wear one each day. They say Your Sim CFI on it. You'll probably find me. It has my old logo because I just changed it, but you'll be able to find me with that. So I'll leave you guys with that. I hope you really enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time. Thanks for tuning in. We might hit 6,000 later tonight. Later.